What's up, YouTube? So, if you're a huge Destiny fan, this video might be depressing, but you can go ahead and like it and then just stop watching if you want. If you're curious to hear what I have to say, then by all means keep watching. But we are going to talk about the problem that is Destiny. It's not even a game anymore, it's just a shit show. So, yeah, let's just start at the beginning. And by the beginning, I mean well before Destiny 1. Let's talk about this deal that Activision made with Bungie. Basically, Activision put Bungie on a content cycle similar to Call of Duty, which doesn't work. The problem is, like, with Call of Duty, for an example, they have 3 studios working on the game. So each year a studio gets the game between Treyarch, Activision, or Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer. So it's easy to do that when you have an entire studio working on a small game like that. Now, when you do, a massive game like Destiny, you can't work on that content cycle because there's not enough time. You would have to either outsource to other studios or almost create a second studio just for the DLC content and stuff, which either they don't have the money or don't want to do. So let's move up to D1, where the problem started. The original, I guess, release schedule or content cycle was supposed to be the vanilla game, DLC 1, DLC 2, expansion, and then DLC 3, 4, and then the sequel. And that didn't happen, so it kind of got warped to the vanilla game, DLC 1, DLC 2, expansion, year of live events, and then the sequel. But that still was also impossible because, again, they weren't given enough time to develop content. So then it changed to, the vanilla game, DLC 1, 2, expansion, year of live events, another expansion, year of live events, then the sequel. And that's just based on Activision needing something every single fall. Again, it's just a cash grab. That's all it comes down to. It's just making money. But, that's business. You can be pissed about it. I'm kind of salty about it, but that's just how business works. They want to take your money. So you either give it to them or you don't. But the problem with this is it only leaves around 2 years to work on Destiny 2. So they only had 2 years to produce that shit show. That's why it sucks. There's only 2 years of content. Call of Duty gets 3. So, I mean, that right there tells you where the fucking problem lies. It's in the content schedule, and that's Activision. Is there a way for Bungie to really fix this? No, there's not. This is going to be Destiny for the rest of the Destiny life cycle. There is no actual way to fix it unless you bring in another studio to help create content. The game lacks in everything. Destiny 2 actually has a story now, so that's kind of cool. But that's all it has. You get, 3 or 4 gear sets per character. There's, 50 weapons in the game. And they're all reskins from fucking Destiny 1. Like, are you kidding me? Anybody who denies that is just a fucking idiot. Look at any of them. I've even got some pictures up on the screen of weapons that are identical from Destiny 1. So they literally just copied and pasted. You literally just bought a slightly upgraded version of Destiny 1. They changed the 1 to a 2. That's pretty much it, which really pisses me off because they could have done more. If like an example, let's say if you don't have enough content, one idea is to allow the community to create your content, allowing community creators to develop, your weapon assets. There's a lot of creative people that do Destiny fan art, do weapons and things like that. So why can't some of that be implemented into the game? Okay, you're gonna keep your fan base and your player retention, your engagement numbers are gonna be better by allowing the community to help you build your shitty ass game. So it's odd to me to see them being so, I guess, distant from the community. And it's funny to see some of the social influencers, as we'll call them, actually stand up for Bungie but the only way they know how to do it is to lean on the friendship and you know, the experiences of playing the game with other people. But you can get that literally anywhere else. Any other game offers that exact same thing, so that's not special or unique to Destiny. If that's the only thing that you as a social influencer or whatever you are can say to, you know, back the game that makes you money, there's obviously a fucking problem. Like, just try to deny that there's a problem, please. The next DLC that we have, you're probably going to get, what, a few more guns, 1 or 2 gear sets. So you've got about 3 days of content for the next expansion. Does that really sound like fun? Because it's not. They're literally, it's just like a shell of a game. And it's so fucking mind-boggling. The end-game content, there just is none. It's like the old-school Nintendo games. When you beat it, that's it, you're done. Alright, here, roll the credits. So it's like, for those of us that enjoy you know, the grindiness of like WoW or those other games, you know, MMOs, there's in-game content to keep you coming back. There's always something to strive for. Literally, and I'm asking this, like, put your answer in the comments. What is there to strive for in Destiny? Like, seriously, like, please answer that question for me. Because I can't think of any real reason to keep playing the game. I have everything. So, like, what is there to do? And it's not even like I play the game that much. I'm not a hardcore player. I play on the resets, really. When the game came out, I played for 3 days. 3 to 4 hours a day. And then I play on the resets. And I managed to literally collect everything in the game. I'm flat out fucking bored. There's nothing to do. PvP isn't competitive. I don't give a shit how much those fucking idiots try and throw out the word competitive like some streetwalker uses the word love. I mean, that's basically the same thing. I mean, they throw out competitive. What's competitive? Competitive multiplayer means that you have a reason to compete. Okay, so let's look at that reason to compete. Nothing. There is nothing. You get the same fucking guns and the same shit that you already have. So there's no reward system for the competition. Is there some sort of significant rank or something to prove your competitiveness? Nope. You get shit. There's no ranks. There's no leaderboards. There's no anything. You know, Black Ops 2, they had League Division where you can play in leagues. It's basically the same fucking game. It's just your wins and losses carried you into different leagues. No, they don't want to do that. There's no ranks or leaderboards. It's not a hard concept to do. Destiny Tracker does it just fine. So what's the problem there? Well, I can tell you the problem is they wanted to appeal to the weekend warrior gamers because that's all they can afford. They can't afford to I guess, gain us, the slightly above the not weekend warriors and the hardcore gamers. Those two crowds, which is the majority of gaming, is, I guess, disappointed in Destiny. I mean, I have friends that are weekend warriors. They play like 1 or 2 hours a week because that's all they can, and they love Destiny. And it's for that reason. It's just they feel that there's enough content because they don't get to play a lot. And that makes sense. But if you're building this $500 billion game or $1 million game, then you need to be able to cater to all markets, not just these weekend warriors, because the weekend warriors aren't a $500 million market. They're not. It's the others, you know, the harder casual to, you know, competitive hardcore gamers. So you didn't even build your game to the right market. And that's mind-boggling to me because, you know, I'm not a professional developer. I do game development. I do esports, stuff like that. And one of the things that I always look at is what my audience is. Like, who am I trying to appease by this? And if the audience and the crowd isn't large enough, I'm not going to make enough money. So it's a simple concept that they just literally shit all over. But I'm not going to make this too much longer. Feel free to hit me up with comments, hate mail, whatever. I'd be glad to talk about it all day. but we're already pushing, you know, a longer video than I would have liked. So with that being said, let me know in the comments what you think, what your problems with Destiny are. And to be honest with you, don't expect it to change. The way that their cycles are set up, it won't change. Destiny will always be a half-baked game, no matter what. The only way you're going to get value out of it is if you wait until the end of the game's life cycle. So, like, don't buy Destiny 2. Wait till Destiny 3 is about to come out, and then buy Destiny 2 with all of the expansions, and you'll actually get a pretty decent game. Which fucking sucks, but that's just how it works. So, with that being said, sorry it was so long. If you hate me, I don't really care. So, yeah. Until next time.